Yeah, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here. Welcome back to another episode of How's the HUD. And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at collyhud by Colly. This was suggested to me by the different people in the HUDs TF Discord server, which is a website that used to exist to kind of have all the HUDs centralized. And now it's just a Discord server for all the different people that like make and configure a bunch of different HUDs. Asked them there, are there any iconic HUDs I'm kind of missing? Because we're getting close to episode 50. And they said collyhud, which was apparently as iconic and old as Ray's HUD. So yeah, first things first, I noticed the menu's pretty clean looking. We got a nice like grayscaled, smoky TF2 related background. The level in the top right, there's no coin, but the level in the party is in the top right and is working fine, which is pretty nice because normally party chat is kind of a big problem in a lot of these HUDs that I just generally don't mention because it doesn't matter that much, but having a nice right-sided party chat with the level kind of built into it actually looks really, really nice. We have a dedicated servers button, which is really nice, but no dedicated create a server button, which it seems kind of weird. I feel like having a little plus sign here like that for advanced options just to create a server would be such an easy add right here. But maybe it looks worse. I don't really know. Either way, settings, advanced settings, all they're like normal. We got our functioning shop button, which looks pretty nice and whatnot. The scoreboard toggle for competitive players. Going to items, though, it's not working, which is really weird. This is the second HUD I've had where that's been a problem. I've checked, though, in between to see if it was maybe a problem with my HUD. Not my HUD, with my config, and it's not. At least it doesn't seem to be, because other HUDs I have work completely fine, and I'm able to see my loads just fine. Either way, let's go hop in a game and go look what the in-game HUD looks like, which is what most people probably want to see. Pretty interesting selector here. I don't really like how I have to kind of like scroll down to see everything, though. It's kind of just a pain. I feel like that when you hit find a game, hit casual, it should maybe just fill your entire screen so you can more quickly select maps and all that. Either way, main menu is pretty nice. It has all the buttons that you kind of need, nice and big and visible and all that. Loading screens are completely gray as well. There's like just no character, no cartoonishness, no like anything to it. Very minimalist, very tiny. When we're in game, we got a basic character selector, and when we're actually fully in game, we have a pretty standard minimalist HUD. Nothing super crazy going on here outside of the health bars, which I personally like these colors. I know it's a bit of a weird choice, but I personally like yellow for half health, red for low health. You can't really see it right now, but we've had red for low health. And then green for overheal, with white being the default health state. A lot of people think green as the default health state is nicer and having white for overheal makes sense, and I could see that, but personally when I see green, I think a lot of health. So having green at the top here be over health, I think just makes the most sense. And having white be the default health is just kind of like the unfortunate best option, I feel. Either way, top of the screen looks really nice there. If we had like King of the Hill or something, you'd have all that information there. Without that there, though, it looks kind of weird because all the character portraits and stuff are just kind of floating there, which doesn't look super great. What does, though, is the main part of the HUD. We got standard minimalist HUD stuff going on, right? Health on the left, ammo on the right, just toward the middle. Kill streak on the way outer edge, our little character model, 3 character models way down in the bottom left there, which is pretty nice, pretty standard. Kill feed in the top right, but chat in the bottom left seems like a weird decision to make. Going engineer, we have our buildings in the middle left, which I just think a really nice place to put them. It's right above the chat, looks pretty good, and works pretty well. Metal count's more central as well, so we just have easy access to that information. When healing people, you can see their ammo count right there. You can see their health right there, the name, right, everything you need to see. And the Uber charge does replace the ammo slot, but because it's also central, it's pretty easy to still see your Uber charge quite nicely. Although I will say, on the medic's natural like arm with the quick fix and everything, it can be kind of hard to read the first digit of the Uber charge a little bit. Like, I feel like maybe the border should have been more pronounced in the text or something, because I'm genuinely actually having a bit of a hard time seeing the full number on the left there a lot of the time. Anyway, going to Sniper, we got our charge meter in the middle. Going to Demo Man, we got our charge meter in the middle. They're unlabeled, though, so which means when I go to Scout and I got 3 charge meters, and they're all in the middle, that's kind of bad. I kind of don't know which bar is which. I have a vague idea, but it's not immediately obvious to me. which is a problem in a HUD. I want all my information to be immediately obvious to me, and I think most people do, regardless of all their stylistic preferences. So having unlabeled charge bars, personally not my style, personally not what I like, but I know some people like it, so fair enough. Rest of the charge bars are all consistent though, they're all just always central no matter what. We got a nice little green overheal thing. I'm assuming if we're under health, we have a nice glowing red one. We're low health as well, I might as well test for it. Not glowing, but we do have red health, which is something. But when we run green health here, I guess it's not glowing here, it's just flashing because the gloves running urgently just have that weird kind of bug to them. But yeah, overall pretty standard minimalist HUD, nothing too crazy going on here. I personally don't like that the bars have like no name attached to them. The spectate looks super nice though, that like when I died, that information was really obvious. Who killed me, what health they had was immediately big and visible. When I spectate, I can see all the relevant information in a very nice central way, and the respawn timer is nice and visible as well. Overall looks really, really clean. Main thing of note is really the top part of the screen. A lot of HUDs have different ways of doing kind of teammates' health and health bars, and I personally think that this is probably the best you could have it. I don't know, maybe there's a better color to use that isn't white for just being full health, but I don't really know what that could possibly be, other than maybe a second color of green, but that could be really confusing, and maybe a problem for colorblind people or whatever. But yeah, overall, just solid minimalist HUD. Nothing super innovative here, but nothing bad at all. It's pretty good. The only main problem being that when I go to change my loadout, for some reason it's completely grayed out, which is an actual real problem that makes this effectively a non-functional HUD, which is unfortunate because the rest of it's clearly fine and functional. Maybe it's a problem with my config. Please let me know in the comments below if this HUD just works fine for you, but just not for me. You know, maybe I messed something up, and if that's the case, this would just be a standard 5 out of 5 solid minimalist HUD. But if not, I can't really rate this higher than like a 3 out of 5, or probably even a 2 out of 5, just because it doesn't, you know, picking your loadouts is pretty essential. The rest of this HUD is just standard minimalist HUD, nothing super crazy going on, but nothing bad at all, right? It's got its own font choice, it has things slightly moved around a little bit. It has no names on charge bars, which I know some people like, right? I personally don't. I like being able to see the name of the weapon that, or like whatever I'm charging. Or maybe depleting if it's, you know, like a charge meter or something. But overall, very solid stuff, very solid HUD. And with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.